Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you're welcome to our Multi Doing Business in Ghana webinar series. As already said, we are going to talk on trade finance today, and we have with us lawyer Tony Barr from the Ghana Export and Import Bank. Lawyer Tony Barr, without wasting much time, I'm going to hand over to you. And I believe that our listeners are ready to hear all the wonderful products that are available at the Ghana Exim Bank and how we can qualify to access these financial products for our import and export business. On this note, Lawyer Tony, if you could take over. I think you are muted, sir.
Let me check.
Okay. So while we wait.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
So I can go ahead, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So my name is Tony Barr.
I think your camera is also off, so we can't see you.
Oh, maybe I should go off and come back. I don't know what has happened, but 1 minute and just check.
So while we wait for our speaker to join, I don't know if any of us here has had any experience with trade finance, getting or accessing letters of credit, for instance, in Ghana. It can be a really huge hurdle for most businesses. Yes, he's back. You are muted, sir. Please, sir, you are muted.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay, very well.
Great.
My name is Tony Barr. I work with Ghana Exim Bank, acting head of procurement. I've been with this bank since inception in 2017. So I've been here now. Let's roll on. So the first thing is, who are we? Who is Exim Bank? First of all, the Ghana Exim Bank initially was called the Export Trade, Agricultural and Industrial Development Fund, EDIF. Those of you who know EDIF. It was established in 2002 under Act 582. Now, EDIF was set up to provide financial resources to export-oriented activities in Ghana. So that was EDIF, purely to do that business, to provide finances for those who were engaged in export trade business. Then we also had the Export Finance Company. Those of you who have been in the industry for long, you realize that it was EDIF in 2001 established that then President Kufuor, and then Export Finance Company. It was also in 1989, established in 1989 by President Rawlings, and as a special vehicle purpose, SPV, also to provide financial and other related support to non-traditional exports, NTEs of the Ghanaian economy. Then Ghana Exim Guarantee Company Limited, what we call Exim Guarantee, also established in 1994 to provide credit guarantees and general financial risk management solutions to all SMEs in Ghana. So these were the three companies that were merged to form the Ghana Exim Bank in 2016. Now, Exim Bank is parliamentary approved institution. What I mean is that it was established by an LI, a legislative instrument. So it's Ghana Export Import Bank Act 2016, Act 911. We are regulated by Act 911. So that is for you to understand the history where we are coming from. So Ghana Export-Import Bank, where three institutions merged together to become EDIF, Export Finance Company Limited, and Exim Guarantee. These were the three companies that were put together to form the Ghana Exim Bank. And we are regulated by Act 911, formed in 2016. So these are the three companies that form. So who are we again? After knowing how we came about, it is important to know what exactly we do. We are a policy bank and a developmental bank. I'll give you a brief explanation. We're a policy bank and a developmental bank. Now, when we say we're a policy bank, what we do is we implement government policies and development objectives through financing and investment activities. So government policies, we are a bank for the government. So any policy of the bank, when I say we are a bank, it means that we are under the ministry, and we are under the Ministry of Finance. We used to be under the Ministry of Trade, but like I said, it's a government bank. So every government and the policy direction he wants to go will determine how he should structure the bank. And since we're a bank, it is just appropriate that we come under. Hitherto, when it was EDIF, it was not a bank, it was a financing policy to do export. So true, it was purely under trade, export trade businesses. But now that it has become a full-grown bank, it has to be under finance ministry. So we have appropriately been aligned to be under the finance ministry. And the focus of a policy bank is to support specific government sectors, industry that align with government priorities. So sectors and areas that government want to focus. That is where it will direct the attention of the bank to move accordingly. So we support government objectives and promoting economic development in areas where technically the commercial banks would not like to go. So we focus on areas that the commercial banks, commercial banks are set up for profit. So where there is high risk, they don't go there. And where the returns are low, they don't go there. Most of commercial banks, they don't go there. It's individuals' money put together. So when they realize that if they put their money here, the returns will be huge, they will not go, irrespective of whether it will affect the economy or they will not go. So the government set up some of these banks as a policy bank to address the gaps. So that's what Exim Bank is set up to do, to address the gaps that are in the economy. And then we promote creation of employment and then social welfare. So these are some of the things we do. Our primary focus areas. Normally, we provide long-term facility or projects. We finance projects and initiatives. Finance projects. So for example, when the government came and said that I want to do 1D, 1F, these are huge financial institution growth. So the government and through Ministry of Finance, the Exim Bank, now direct your attention and finance 1D, 1F. So that is purely policy decisions. We also offer loans on very concessionally basis, pure subsidies. For example, now our loan interest rate is hovering around 17 to 20% per annum. But the commercial ones are taking 35 to 40. So in Exim Bank, we are 17 to 20. We used to be even single digit. I mean, when we started in 2017, we were doing 9-8% per annum. The cheapest loan you can ever find in the country. Why? Because we are addressing certain gaps that the commercial banks won't go. So our loans, even now, is around 17 to 20%. And the commercial banks are doing 35, 40. So it shows you, what we are set up to do. Main focus is not too much of making returns, but to ensure that certain areas are oiled and running for the country. We also invest in equity and debt securities. I'll come there when we are going. And then we provide technical assistance and advisory services. So that is a policy bank. Now, we are also a developmental bank. So I say we are a policy bank and developmental bank. Like I said, a developmental bank, we provide financial support for economic development. So where the government realizes that in financing a project or policy, it will lead to economic development. We look at that sector, depending on where the policy of the government is going and where he wants the bank to go. We also support social progress, welfare, other things that will oil the economy. Then, so the overarching goal is to promote economic development by providing loans and credit facilities for businesses and projects and initiatives that contribute to economic development. That's what we do. For example, we invested hugely in this building where I am now. It's called the African Trade House. This is where this building houses the Continental Free Trade. It's a 15-story building with 2 basements. Now, after investing hugely in this facility, Ghana was able to compete with the other African countries using our building as a good place for them, and we won. So these are some of the, if you left it to commercial banks to do, they will never do because they won't gain anything from it. So some of these things, areas of focus that we go. So infrastructure development, some of the Exim banks even go as high as sponsoring railway building infrastructure. Calls coming through, forgive me. Railway building infrastructure. This one off so that it doesn't disrupt our presentation. And so some of the Exim banks do huge infrastructure like railways, construction of ships, building ships, airline, airplanes. They sponsor huge projects to agriculture and rural development, small and medium enterprise.
That's a busy man for you.
I don't know if I put it on flight mode we might lose the internet. So please forgive me.
We understand. You're a very busy man.
So climate change and mitigation, and those are the things, ESG, I will go there. So that's what we are. We are a policy bank and we're a developmental bank. Maybe next, when the questions come, we can elaborate more. So that's what we are set up to do. Our objects as the bank, the act that set us up, 2 major objects for us: to support and develop directly or indirectly trade between Ghana and other countries. So we are set up to support and develop directly or indirectly trade between Ghana and other African or other countries. So that's one of our major, and then we build Ghana's capacity and competitiveness in the international market trade. So these are 2 objectives that were set up to do by the Act, Section 2 of the Act at 911 specifically states what we are set up to do, and then gives us other functions. So let's look at our vision and mission quickly, and then I'll just move on. So we are set up to vision is to become a strong financial institution that will be a key engine in the development of Ghana's export trade, facilitate cross-border trade, and make Ghana a pillar in regional and continental trade. That's what we are set up to do. So we do this through our mission, that's to facilitate transformation of Ghana's economy into an export one by supporting and developing trade between Ghana and other countries, overseas investment by Ghanaian companies, and eliminate critical market failures in Ghanaian economy, thereby making Ghana competitive in the global. So these are the vision that we do. So we can even sponsor companies outside Ghana. If you win contracts outside Ghana, and that will rake in hard foreign currencies. Ghana Exim Bank is set up and given that mandate to do so, to support Ghanaians so that we can compete with the rest of the world. You understand? So these are some of the things. So if there's a contract in Cote d'Ivoire, for example, to construct a bridge, to do projects, and that will, the company is a Ghanaian and he needs facilities. And Ghana Exim Bank can sponsor that company to execute that project, thereby bringing in hard currency into the country, support the government. So these are the objectives. So now, In doing this, we have export trade and SME, small and medium enterprises. Now, these are the companies in Ghana, small companies, medium and large size companies that carry this vision along. So the sector in Ghana employs more than 80%, the SMEs of the workforce, and generate over 70% of international output. So SMEs dominate in the industrial landscape of the country and exhibit abundant potential in accelerating economic development in this country. So they constitute about 92% of businesses in Ghana. So if you're talking about export trade, these are the people who do the exports, the SMEs. And they're an integral part of the Ghanaian economy. So, and they promote developmental structures in the country and society through generation of employment. So most of the companies in Ghana are engaged in this. And our mission is to deliver excellent solutions to these SMEs who are involved in the export trade, agro businesses, export, to build Ghana's capacity and competitiveness in international trade markets. Now, what are the role of Ghana Exim Bank in facilitating trade? I'll delve into 4 areas. Our role, Ghana Exim Bank, 4 areas. Then we'll continue to look at it. The first thing, our role in this, all the explanation I've given about competitiveness, building capacity. One is to give loans. We give loans. I explained to you that our loan interest rate is the cheapest in the country, around 17 to 40. Now we are even, the government of Ghana through the Ministry of Finance is about to disburse about 500 million Ghana cedis to Ghana Exim Bank to be given to SMEs. I'm sure it's all over the papers. The president launched it a week ago. And Ghana Exim Bank is going to get 500 million. That is the bank. It's a policy bank. So that's the bank the government is channeling to SMEs, those involved in export trade, those who are developing. And that interest rate might even be cheaper because it's a special fund. Government are realizing that the SME people are creating the jobs. So he has to support them so that they can expand and create more jobs and do more international trade, bring more hard currency into the country. So it's injecting more, and Exim Bank is getting 500 million. I'm sure the interest rate will even be cheaper. It will even be 9 or 10% per annum. So they want the SMEs to, develop. That's the government direction. And very soon we'll open now. Very soon we're developing the software where people can apply online, and then it is quicker. Everything about it is so easy, no hard collateral. Then so that you can take it and expand your business and employ more people. So we give loans to exporters to meet export orders. So if you're an exporter and you need loans, this is the bank. Now, we also give loans to increase your production capabilities or production capacities. So you intend to open up, expand, and you want loan to expand your business. We are open up, bring us your proposal. Let's see how you want to expand. And that's how we expect, so that you can export more. Our agenda is to export more. So if you are into production, that's export. This is your bank. Come and let's have business. And then we give very concessionary and globally competitive interest rates. I told you, we are 17, 18, and to 20. And then people are doing, commercial banks are doing 35, 40. So we give loans. That's number one objective. Role that we use to support. Then we give advisory services to exporters. So we provide advisory services to exporters. We provide training to exporters, train them. Then we also facilitate export contracts and advise on terms of sale. So if you have any difficulty with regards to where you want to veer into, which area of product that you should go into, where to send your product in the world, what are the end? When you come here, we'll give you all those information. Our research department is super. We can give you advice on all those things. Apart from advisory services, we also give guarantees. And we give guarantees, we provide credit guarantees to exporters. Yeah, so you want to take a facility. For example, a bank wants to give you a loan. you don't have, as an exporter, you don't have a collateral. You want to take, let's say, 10 million Ghana cedis from UBA or any of the GT Bank. A GT Bank looks at your books and they are ready to give you. They want a collateral. You don't have. You come to us. We will give you a guarantee. So we'll look at your business. They will give you a guarantee to be able to take the facility to expand your trade business. Then we also give supply credit guarantees. So it's different from the letters of credit. The supply credit is different from letters of credit. As for letters of credit, once you have it, you pay outright. But the payment where is what we call bullet payment, or a payment that is staggering. You pay some 3 months time, you pay some 2 months time until you clear all of them. When you come to us and we look at it, we can give you a guarantee to do that. We give advanced payment guarantees to exporters also through pre-financing. So we give guarantees. I'll explain how we do that. Then we also do finally 4 areas. So I've done 3. I've done loans, I've done advisory services, I've done guarantees. The market linkages. We assist clients to source buyers overseas. So when we look at what you are producing in Ghana, we can link you, we can find a market for you outside Ghana and link you. Then we can also support our clients to attend trade fairs and source buyers. So most of the trade fairs, we have sponsored Ghanaian indigenous companies to international trades fairs in New York, in Dubai, in a lot of countries that we have, especially in garment industry. We have sponsored people to go. That's how we build their capacity to compete according to the act, to build their competitiveness. So we sponsor some of these things. And then we support our clients to attend trade fairs, like I'm saying. Then monitor our clients to effectively deliver on export contracts. So you have received export contract. You need support so that you can meet deadlines. All these things are oiled by money. So we do all these things. We provide you with the finances where you can meet deadlines. Because most of these deadlines that are not met is as a result of other lack of capacity, machines. So we come into that. So these are the roles we play, 4 key roles. I mean, if you put them together, it's a huge thing that we do here. Objective of the Exim export trade. We develop export capacity of Ghana. I've explained that. Ghanaian SMEs, making them globally competitive. We provide financials for them. We assist them with market that I'm just going over, equip them, Ghanaian with management, technical, entrepreneurial, skills, so that they can scale up. And then we create export linkages for them, and then we provide special support for that. Now, we have some products under implementation right now that let me just go over them. Some of them, like those of you in export trade, we do what we call export trade facility. It's a short-term revolving facility for Ghanaians, especially SMEs, to be able to meet export demands and enhance their capacities. So it is to fill gaps in export working capital, thereby providing me. So your working capital is low, but you have a contract. You have received some contracts, to provide certain companies in abroad, but your capacity is low. If you bring it to us, we can scale you up. We can support you. We give you facility, give you money to do it. An exporter with evidence of previous export. So some of those who qualify, if you have done export before, we just want to see your track record. Then you have done this, okay. So that's that. And then you must have a verifiable export order to the contract. So if you have received let's see the agreement. Those are the things we are requiring. And then the ability to deliver export orders. So when we look at this, we can give you. Then we also have a receivable discounting facility. It's a short term, also a facility, a loan. In the banking sector, it's a facility, the loan. It's a facility, Ghanaians to discount their export receivables, providing the needed cash flow for multiple transactions and meet export demands. So you have, let's say you have exported goods abroad. Now you're waiting for money to be paid. The monies haven't been paid. You need to also deliver another export to another company. You understand? So maybe you have a demand from the US to provide social and so demand to the US. You have done it. Payment is, now about to be made. Meanwhile, you have another deadline to meet in Cote d'Ivoire. And when you come to us, we're able to give you money to meet that gap. And then all that we require from you is the bill of lading, an invoice evidencing that you have the contract. And then you must have a verifiable export order to the contract. You have done the export before. And then with at least 30% Ghanaian shareholding. These are for Ghanaians. So 30%, we must see a Ghanaian hand in it. You can have with partnering other people from the world, but we must also be ensured that there are Ghanaians involved in the business. Then we can assist. Then we do provisional guarantee facilities also. A guarantee certificate issued to potential exporter with export orders to facilitate or enhance their chances of prospecting for credit facility from the banks. We provide comfort to the banks for additional security cover where there's inadequate collateral. So your tenure of calendar is about 3 months. You want to cover up, you have some facility guarantee. We will stand in for you to be able to get it. You have an order, you can't meet it. We look at the order, then we can help you. Now, we don't need anything. All that we need is that you must have a verified export order. Normally, people say, oh, I have an order. Let's see the document. And then you have an existing banking relationship. You can't do all these things without having a solid bank. Where does your money go into? Are you saving it under some? Is there any risk? So you must have a very good banking relationship with one of the banks and have some form of collateral, sometimes small form of collateral. Because if you don't have, we have a guarantee to step in for you. And then we have a term loan for capex or expansion of operations. I would say capex, capital expenditure. You want to buy a machine, you want to open up, you want to meet demand and enhance their capacity. You want to fill gaps in exporters' medium-term capital, provided needed funds for expansion and maximizing your potential. So we will give you money when we realize that you have a good potential to buy more machines, to open up, and then you must have a verified export order, like I always say, and then a banking relationship, some form of lending collateral that will come in to support you. Now, Ghana Exim Bank has strategic focus areas. Maybe I should have said that before this one. We are established. We don't just get up and give loans. We have areas that we give loans. So if you come to us and you're not within that area, and we don't just, because we are a policy bank. So we are working with areas. One of them is poultry. Poultry. Now, we have realized that we import a lot of poultry into this country. And anything you import, it means that we will pay with hard currency. And that is what making the dollar shoot up. We always import. So you have to, the government has to do something to create import substitutions. So if you're in this country and you're doing poultry, large scale, what you are trying to do is that you are cutting down the importation of poultry into this country. So you are helping Ghana. When you come with a good business plan, we will finance it. So poultry is one, cashew is one. Pharmaceutical industries, we have given a lot of money into the pharmaceutical industries. I mean, they are the industry that has taken a chunk of our money. Because they needed to meet the World Bank standard of production so they can export. So pharmaceutical industry, in Africa, I don't see the country that beats us in terms of export. Ghana is the leading country in terms of pharmaceuticals. Yeah, we manufacture a lot. We export a lot of pharmaceuticals in the African sub-region. It's not only West Africa, in Africa. We have pharmaceutical countries in Ghana that are doing over 30, 40 countries in export. Yeah. So we support palm oil too. Palm oil. We support the garment and apparel industry. Garment and apparel industry. There are huge garment and apparel industries in this country. You'll be amazed that some of them even so for some of the English football teams. Their training kits are sewn in Ghana. Most people don't know.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah, most of them. I mean, you should go there and they bring their reps in Ghana. They will bring one rep in Ghana to come and stay in the industry while they are sewing to monitor, help. And you'll attest that during the COVID times, most of the things that we're wearing were all sewn by Ghanaians. It is because we had in the story. Oh my. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes, okay. So we have sunk a lot of money into the garment industry. Then we are also into mango. I mean, we have paid a lot of money, or we have financed, let me use the right word, we have financed a lot of mango growing area. I mean, farmers in this country. They are, so most of the mangoes you see in town, they don't just come in town for nothing. We have financed the industry very well with a lot of financing. Shea butter, I think along.
Let's hope he joins back soon. But these have been interesting to know. So those of us who are in the poultry business, the cashew business, the pharmaceutical business, palm oil production business, if you're in the garment and apparel business, mango production, shea butter, you know where to find.
Yes,
I think he's back on.
Council, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Hello?
Council, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Sorry. I think I don't know what happened, but okay.
No.
So we have done garment, we've done mango. We are also into shea butter. We build a lot of factories at the north to process shea butter. And we're also into the creative industries. People don't know we're into the creative industries. Pineapple.
Oh, such an interesting part to be losing the speaker. In the meantime, those who have questions, as we've already mentioned, you can type them in the chat box, or you can send to the WhatsApp number or the email which have already been indicated in the chat box. We received two questions. I can't wait to ask him, but I think that we need his response on that. So yeah, let's keep our questions coming in the meantime while we wait for his network to work and join, or for him to rejoin. I think I'll use the time to go over some of the areas or some of the services they provide while we wait for him. So we are told from presentation they give loans to exporters. If you are here, you're interested in exporting, or you're already in exporting business, you know where to get access to facility. It reminds me of an interesting case we handled this year. So someone got an international order to produce large quantities of chips. And she went to a commercial bank, and of course she was unable to meet the conditions, and also the rate was high for the commercial bank loan. So a finance worker, or a worker of the finance organization, introduced her to a high-end individual who could support the funding or the business. So this lady goes in for the funding from this third-party individual. He provides everything that she needed, negotiable interest rate. Unfortunately, the orders, so the orders, and then the time of receipt, the timeline, as he was discussing, meeting timelines are very important in this business. And so because it took a longer time for her to finally have access to the funding, she could not, the same amount of funds could not meet she couldn't afford the inputs or the local or raw materials she needed because prices had increased by the time. So then it means that she was going to be able to produce less with that amount of money than what she anticipated or budgeted for when she received the order, meaning she needs to look for additional funding. And
Council, can you hear me?
oh, great, you're back.
Yes.
We'll continue with
I
the
don't know why
story.
it keeps dropping.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
So we spoke about, yes.
Oh,
Yes, I'm here. I don't know why I keep dropping.
well, technology can
I'm here,
sometimes
right?
fail. Yes, you're here, sir.
Yeah, so we've done the focus areas, and we do share. We built over 4 factories in the north to help the SMEs for share background. So we do share. We talked about. So we also engage youth in greenhouse enterprises. We've done a lot in that sector to greenhouse, just to make sure that we have created business for the youth. And now we have most of the universities bringing in proposals for us to set up greenhouses for teaching purposes. So we are looking at that too. It will also open up training for our youth. We are into cassava. So far, we have 10 beneficiaries who have cultivated about 4,500 acres in Ghana. Yeah, a lot of them, big companies in Ghana. They have received help from us. We have financed about, so we're doing phase 2 approval, focus on processing of export. So you want to export anything on cassava and you come, we will assist you. Because of, like I said, we have pharmaceutical industries. We have helped, and I want to say some of the biggest, but all the major pharmaceutical industries, you hear their name in Ghana, all the major ones, we have a big hand in their operations. All the major ones. Any pharmaceutical industry which you have heard the name and is big, it means that our hands are there. Exim Bank. We have financed a lot of them. We have done NS Chemist, we have done Entrance Pharmaceuticals, we've done Atlantic Life Sciences, we've done Das Pharma, a lot of pharmaceuticals. We have invested hugely. The government of Ghana has invested hugely through Ghana Exim Bank. And we have done pineapple. Pineapple, it's one of the areas that we have invested hugely. Pineapple. We have established the Kumfi Fruit and Juice Company. Now we realize that a lot of Ghanaians were drinking too much of Calipo. Let me put it that way. Not to, bring any company down, but we needed an export substitution. So we established a juice processing factory called a Kumfi Export, and that is done by Exim Bank. So these are some of the things we have done. The handicraft industry, we have also invested hugely in the handicraft industry with support from some key players in the industry. There's some of the setup, the TVET training centers are doing one. And most of you don't know, it's by Ghana Exim Bank. We just want to
Okay, network on. I'll continue with the story then. So she gets, so yes, finally when this lady or our client was able to access funding, she was unable to meet the demands or the order for the internet for the export. Now she's obtained funding with interest rates running from the day she received the funding. She has the funding in hand or at hand, yet she cannot deliver under the order. She could not deliver. He says he's still struggling to join. It's unfortunate. Could not deliver under the order. Of course, nobody gives out money without consequences. So since interest rate started counting from the day she received, and it was supposed to be paid within 30 days, the financier writes to our client demanding repayment of the total sum, and or with interest. At the time, our client had not been able to deliver under the export trade. So if we have alternatives, as he's discussed in with the African or the Ghana Exim Bank, where there is lower interest rates and where they have guarantees also to provide guarantees for such funding, I think that we are better, especially as SMEs, seeking funding from a more secure source than from the commercial or the individual high-end individuals, because the risk involved are huge. She ended up losing everything. She lost the investment, she lost her collateral, she had to still repay the fund because she has signed an agreement and agreement keeps running. Thank you. Please keep your questions coming. I've seen one question. Yes. And also, I think we can share of, okay, I think he's joining.
Yes. So, yes, the line keeps dropping. I don't know why. We have also invested hugely in the yam industry, exporting of yams. I think we are number 2 in the world in terms of export in yam. We have financed a lot of individual companies in Ghana, and by this doing, they are exporting a lot of yam outside Ghana. So if you're in that industry and you need support, we need a lot of training you can come to. And we do all these into loan facilitations, promotion, SME building, and market access. I've explained that already. And we do building of these capacity. If your capacity is low, we have what we call Tuesday market. Every month we do a small market here where we promote made in Ghana goods. So if you have something you're doing that's purely made in Ghana and you need to showcase it, we have an avenue where you can showcase it. People will come and look at it, and by that we establish relationship with you, and we assist you with advisory services, with support, and how you can grow to become big. We call it. So by doing, we have a small market here called Midtown. Midtown. We can take some of your products and put it in that market where people come. When you come into our building, the ground floor of African Trade House, ask for Midtown. It's a small marketplace where we have only made in Ghana goods being showcased and sold. So you can start selling from that side, and let's see your potential. Then we come in to expand, help you grow your capacity. When you come to African Trade House, the ground floor, just where the reception, just ask for Midtown and go and see what is there. You'll be amazed how things like momone is put in paste, how obi and things are all wrapped up. You'll be amazed at some of the things. Indigenous Ghanaian things. Some people come and buy it, and when they are traveling along, Chito, a lot of things, proper plantain chips, well packaged. You should come and see what Ghanaians are doing for export. Those who are exporting, they have samples of things they export for sale at the Tuesday market. We call it Tuesday market. Then we have what we call the Midtown. The Midtown is always open from every morning, Monday to Friday, to 5 p.m. when we close. Just come around and see what Ghanaians are doing amazingly here. Yeah, so we also have SME clinics where we train them, give them advisory services, and then we try to help them. So we call all of them, we give them training sessions, they ask questions, we call it clinic. And then we have women in export enterprises. We develop capacities of Ghanaian women who are into exports, making them globally competitive. We want women to participate. When there are financial issues and the women are fully participating, it grows the economy. And we equip the women with exporters, with management, technical skills, advisory services, entrepreneurial, and then we help them scale up their business. And then we create export linkages for them as well and show them where they can easily invest and where they can export to make a lot of a return. So we're women in export. I'll talk about the garment industry. So far, the Ghana Exim Bank has financed over 10 SMEs in this sector, over 10, and worth over 60 million Ghana cedis to come to that sector. So if you're interested and you're in that sector too, you can come and then let's have a discussion on it. So these are some of the things that we do overall. If you have any other question or places that you want questions or more explanation or more light, then we can answer those questions and see how best. So let me end my presentation here before the network goes off again. And let's see if people have questions, then we can address them and then we can call it a day. Yeah, so that's what Ghana Exim Bank is all about. Thank you.
Very well. Thank you. Thank you so much for the presentation. We've heard a lot, ladies and gentlemen, about what the Ghana Exim Bank has been doing over the years and the sectors of focus and the support they give. Please, the floor is open for questions. I see 2 questions in the chat box. I also have some questions on the WhatsApp page, WhatsApp line. I'm going to read the first question in the chat box. Please, if you can also put up your hand, we'll call you to give your question. The first question says, my name is Rita from Rhyme Beverages. We provide V-Suite cocktail. Recently, we had a request of an agent who is trying to promote our product outside. He requested for samples for the vendors. Our question is, do you support alcoholic beverages? In case we get orders from him and need some support, can we call on you?
Yes. In fact, we have, that's what, normally when we do the Tuesday market, we have a company that, showcases alcoholic beverages. Some of them is purely what we call in Ghana, balance apio, nicely bottled for export. Anything that will yield income for the country, we will support. So the person should come to Exim Bank and then come and let's have a discussion and see his product and see the way forward. We support. Please come. Yes, we support alcoholic beverages as well.
Yes, and if you want to have any other access as well, you can contact us and we can help you or facilitate that with the Ghana Exim Bank. The second question, my name is Pavna Tremantin, co-founder of Adansi Processing and Trading. I want to know if they can provide financing for startups in cocoa processing into semi-finished products for export.
Yes. Council, when I spoke, I said anything, we are trying to develop capacity of Ghanaians.
Yeah.
So if you're into export, the main reason why we are so aggressive on exporters is that it rates in foreign income. Our dollar issue in this country is not too good. So if you are sending anything to balance the hard currency, we are interested. And that's what we are set up to do. So about that is through you, we can talk and then we can open it up, help the person, give you advice, tell you exactly where you can even get market around the world. And then grow your capacity. Yeah, why we send our people there to look at your business and then we can grow your capacity and finance you. It's possible, yes. So let the person through you come and see us and then we'll see what we can do, yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've seen that many are asking for the numbers. Please, to get access is very difficult, but by God's grace, we have created that relationship. So please contact us. We have the WhatsApp numbers and the emails. Contact us and we will help you. Don't worry, it's at no fee. So don't worry about that. Just contact us and we'll help you get or reach the right people at the bank. The location of the Exim Bank is at the Total House. They are in the Africa Continental Free Trade Area building. So when you get there, you can ask about them as well. I'm sure you can locate that.
Yeah, we are directly adjacent British Council, opposite City House.
So the questions I have here, the first question is, you've been mentioning a lot or speaking a lot on exports. Do you support imports and what kind of supports are there?
So the Ghana Exim Bank is Ghana Export Import Bank. So we support import, But we support import of machines to come and develop, to come and open up your business.
Okay.
Not that you want to go and bring import, you are trying to bring something to go and sell at Mokola. You want to go and do what we call in Ghana Force. You want to go and bring some toffees to come and sell it. No. We are trying to develop Ghanaians to be competitive, to be able to export. So if what you are importing is coming to help your business grow here, I mean, expand your export business, then we are into it. Not that we are giving you a facility to come go and import goods and come and sell in Ghana. No. What we are supporting you is when you are importing machines, you are importing raw materials, you are importing concentrates, so that you bring it to your factory to finish and export, then we are into it. But we are not into, helping you to bring more goods to come and sell. You are killing our currency. That's what we are trying to reverse it. So respectfully, we are not into that focus. Yeah, that's when the commercial banks will do that for returns.
Okay, so the other question I have here is do I need the participation of government in my business to qualify for financing at the Exim Bank? The participation of the government in my business.
No, not at all. When I spoke, I said the SMEs, they employ more people. About 80% of Ghana business are SMEs. So,
Yeah.
and all we need to know is to make sure you have set up and you are trying to grow. You are trying to expand, be able to export, or you are into export trade. You don't need government at all in anything. All you need to do is that you have gone through the normal, you've set up your business, you have registered your business, you met all the requirements of setting up a business. And then your business is into operation, you are doing, and you want facility or help from Ghana Exim Bank. When you come, sometimes we're even to be able to direct that, no, go and do this. Some of them, when they come, their documentation is not even right. We're able to support. That you need this document, go and see this person, he will do this for you. You need this document, go and see this person. You are supposed to get this certificate. You don't have, go to this place, you get it. We make you export ready.
Yeah.
And when we see that you have a viable business, sometimes we take you out to go and show when there's a trade fair outside. We have sponsored people to go and look at it. Yeah. So you don't need government intervention at all. You just need the way to start a business that is heading towards export. Then we can come in and support.
That sounds interesting. Next question, please. Are all your loans in USD or Ghana cedi?
It's Ghana cedi. We're in Ghana. Our loans are in Ghana cedi. In Ghana cedi, yes.
Then I'm going to ask the last question. Our time is already up. The last question, the person says, please, what document do I need to provide to access a loan or facility? Which document would you ask for?
Yeah, so we just need a business proposal. I mean, your business proposal will tell us who you are, your management, your order, you've met all the requirements, you have registered your business.
Very unfortunate. We were just on our last question. Oh, he's back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you
Hello,
now.
can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so all you need, all you need is your business proposal. We will let us know what kind of business. So do a proposal. If you don't have anybody to do it for you, when you get to us, we'll show you somebody or somebody to help you draft your proposal. That is our business. So do a business proposal. And if they have a challenge, I mean, the law firm is there. Go and see, then they will help you draft a business proposal. I'm sure when you contact Ricketts at Law, they can help you draft a business proposal. And then you just bring it to us. Because the business proposal will tell us who you are, exactly what you engage in, the kind of business you have done before, your track, those things will Tell us, and then we are into business. Your request, what you want from us. So proposal is what we request.
Okay. Someone just sent an interesting question. Let me ask this quickly, then we close. The person says, what happens if I'm unable to repay? Do you go into execution like the commercial banks?
So when you are, what do you mean by you're unable to repay? So
So
when you
I
are
gave a
unable to
question, I
repay
gave a
the loan is
story.
not.
Sorry, I gave a question was when you were away, when it took a longer time for the person to access the loan, and then the person was unable to deliver the produce and was also unable to repay the loan. So the person says, based on my story, if it happens with Ghana Exim Bank, how are you going to enforce the situation? Oh. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's unfortunate the network wouldn't let us know what they would do, but I think we can all understand that they are entitled to take some legal action. I don't think we've heard of any legal action taken by the Exim Bank against anyone who is in default of repayment, but from the experience we've had and the very few transactions we've worked with them and some clients, repayment is actually very easy because of the fact you're able to deliver, the business goes through because they give you all the support you need, and so you are able to receive payments from the buyers and also able to pay them. You actually would create a business account with the bank where all those payments are done, or sometimes an escrow account is used. So repayment is actually very minimal from the transactions we've handled with the Exim Bank. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, our time is up and we are going to close for the day. And please expect us back next month with another interesting topic for discussion. As you know, we are here to help support businesses. Send in your questions. Sorry, someone just sent a question. The speaker has left. So please, the loan interest fee. Sorry, I mixed up the time. No, so the loan interest is actually 17, 18%, very low as compared to the 30% we are getting from commercial banks. So yes, they provide very low interest rates. It's not free. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today and see you back next month. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, Chris. Happy to see you.